on the Morgantowns and the universities, I think it kind of shows.
Yeah, and I think as we turn the calendar into 2026 here later in the week, it'll set to where these teams are right now. Of course, James Monroe is a AA contender and Shady a AAA contender.
Yeah, and both of these teams look to get well, during the year and get ready for the run in March. And Shady fully expects to get back to the state tournament. They're a mainstay now. They went all those years as a school, never making it, getting there maybe one time, and now it's like not a good season if they don't end up in Charleston.
Yeah, that's the expectations for both of these teams to be in Charleston. All right, both teams going through their warm-ups. We'll take our first commercial break. We're about a little more than 10 minutes away from getting this ball game tipped. James Monroe 3-0 against Shady 2-2 here at the Little General Battle for the Armory here, streaming live on Video Productions.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a Little General store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
We gave a future driver a first look and asked what he thinks makes a good truck. These trucks aren't just for today's drivers, they're for future ones too.
There's a compartment here, great leather seats, a bunch of charging ports, has everything pretty much.
Now it's your turn.
Since I'm too young to do business in the front, I have to do party in the back.
Come to Midstate Ford and drive off in a new truck, cool enough to earn backseat approval. Midstate Ford, home of the Big John deals.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett with Window Rota Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
Welcome back to the Raleigh County Convention Center here at this Little General event. This is the first day of this two-day event here. This is the Burger King division between James Monroe 3-0 and Shady 2-2. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell your home, you want to contact the fine folks at Exit Elevation Realty. Luke Richmond, the broker, Steve Morgan, the associate broker. The website is exitelevationwv.com. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Edward Jones, and there are 4 good Edward Jones financial advisors to help you plan your finances, and that is Ben Worley, Heather Cantley, Brooke Dempsey, and Tracy Howe. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur, West Virginia. They have quality custom cabinets. You can dial them up at 304-252-2917. And by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. Leisure Lanes has a 24-lane bowling center with a full-service restaurant. They can take care of you as you can bring your family. You can join a league. You can book your next birthday party at Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley, 304-253-7320. 8. Well, Eric, we think we're going to be in for a fantastic basketball game, and I think both teams really want to push the pace here tonight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be up and down, and I think the team early on, as I'm looking as the teams warm up, the team that can control the tempo the way they want the tempo to be. I think James Monroe, they want to run when they can, but I think they're comfortable in the half-court set, and we'll see what Shady does with the guards. I think they're guard-heavy. They have Cutter Boggs and the young man Jay Slilly that comes off the bench that plays down low, but he's kind of raw. And I think advantage on the inside early on, I think, will be James Monroe.
Well, here's the thing, Eric. Both teams have players that can fill it up. In fact, James Monroe, they have 5 guys in double figures, and one of them doesn't even start. So their leading scorer is Hines. He's averaging 20 a game. They have Lane Taylor at 11 a game, Jaden Miller at 12 a game. And then you also have 14 points and 9 rebounds by the coach's son, Ryan Mann. And then the other coach's son, White Man, who comes off the bench, averaging 12 points a game. So they got guys that can fill it up. On the flip side, Shady's definitely got guys that can fill it up. Kobe Dillon can get you double figures. Eli Sexton, Gabe Short, and definitely Boggs. So, they got 4 guys. And just like, James Monroe may have 5 guys with double figures, both of these teams have players who can put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, and they do. And I think defensively what you have to do to the Shady Spring team, I think you have to run them off the three-point line. You have to make the guys dribble it, get them off their spot, and make them 2-point scorers because they can stand outside and knock down shots all night.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a fun game. Both teams still going through their warm-ups. We'll take another break. We're about 5.5 minutes away from tipping the game between James Monroe 3-0 and Shady 2-2 here in the Burger King division of this little general event. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Merry Christmas. 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 Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from Fan London.
Merry Christmas. 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 Merry Christmas.
From our Access Health family to yours, Merry Christmas.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if Compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
Hey, grab me one too.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here at the Raleigh County Convention Center, getting you ready for 3-0 James Monroe against 2-2 Shady Spring. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Infinity Coal Company. Infinity Coal Company, located at Sophia, West Virginia. From the coal country, they deliver resources that strengthen industries and communities alike. Infinity Coal Division, from the coal seam to the steel beam, Infinity Coal Company. We appreciate them for all they do for high school sports in the great state of West Virginia. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. They have all your favorite Italian dishes, plus salads and seafood as well. You can check them out by dialing them up at 304-255-5555. 5-2-5-3. And what would a game be without a nice cold Pepsi? Got to have a blue can of Pepsi. And we saw a lot of representatives of Pepsi here. Of course, Pepsi is the division, Eric, that played before us. This is the Burger King division here. But Pepsi, a proud sponsor of this event and high school sports. And also by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. The only number you need to know if you need some plumbing or some heating work done, you just call 304-253-HELP, and Modley's will take care of it. Well, Eric, we're a couple minutes away from getting the ball game started. As I mentioned, James Monroe 3-0, and Coach Mann, the head coach, and you have their starting lineup.
Yeah, Coach Mann will go like this. He will go with Ryan Mann, who you touched on earlier in the broadcast. He comes in averaging 14 points a game. Lane Taylor, Caden Hines getting 20 a clip. Jaden Miller at 12 points, and rounding out the starting five is Briar Surface.
And that's how James Monroe will go. For head coach Ronnie Olson and Shady, they do have a change in their lineup, Eric. They've inserted Malachi Floor into the lineup, and he's really been a really good player for them coming off the bench. He's now been inserted into the starting lineup, so he's worked his way to get a little bit more minutes maybe as a starter. Of course, Gabe Short, Eli Sexton, Kobe Dillon, and rounding out the starting five will be it'll be Cutter Boggs for Shady. There's the warning buzzer. Shady will be the home team on the scoreboard. They'll wear the white uniforms, and James Monroe will be wearing black, trimmed in white and purple. We're moments away from getting this game underway, which, Eric, the crowd is really starting to file in, starting to fill up. And I think this game and the next one are going to be two really good basketball games.
I think there'll be a whopper of games coming up.
That's right. Whopper with cheese, right?
Whopper with cheese. Both of these contests that are coming up, Maris. And I've been excited all day to get this rolling. 4 quality teams, and I think it will be a great show for the spectators.
I do believe they're going to play the national anthem, and if that's the case, we'll go to a break before we get the game tipped and waiting to see. Of course, the one thing with these events, no matter what you've done in previous games or previous years, has nothing to do with the next game or the next year.
And that's right. And, Shady is coming off of winning this back-to-back, right? The battle of the Armory.
Well, you're asking me to test my memory bank, right?
Yes.
Yes. Of course, Charlie Houck representing Little General is out on the center of the floor right now, and I'm not exactly sure because I got my headsets on. I'm not exactly sure what he's saying.
I don't think he's exactly sure what he's saying, Mr.
Well, that's all the time. But sometime through the course of this evening or tomorrow, probably tomorrow, we'll have Charlie on and talk about this great event that Little General does. And Little General does so much. And, Little General is basically everywhere, as you know, Eric. You travel as much around West Virginia as I do, and you can't go anywhere where there's not a Little General store, right?
That's right. And they're on every corner and every town in West Virginia. It's a staple, a mainstay in West Virginia.
I mean, Little General stores are just as part of West Virginia as the black bear is the bear and as the cardinal is the bird of West Virginia, right?
That's for sure.
And the rhododendron is the flower. How about I knew all that?
Yeah,
How about
knew it
that?
all. You're up on your West Virginia history.
That's right, West Virginia history. By the way, our colleague Morgan Brown teaches West Virginia history. So if she's going to work with us, I got to be up on my West Virginia history. By the way, we have our complete staff here, and I'll tell you about that as we'll go to break as they get ready to play the national anthem. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett with Window Rhoda Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a Little General store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. And Eric, what I was going to say right before we went to break in the National Anthem, we have our entire video production staff here. We have 3 cameras, and up top, of course, we have the reliable and top-notch Jackie Moon, along with the other 2 reliables, which is Alex Fink and KB Cameron Ball. We also have producing and directing, as always, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, and Andrew Bolin is with us. And also, we have a 3rd member, which is Levi, and I've known Levi for a while, but I don't have his last name here in front of me, so we'll just go by Levi. How you like that?
My main man, Levi.
All right, there is James Monroe being introduced once again. As we had told you, their starters are Caden Hines, Lane Taylor, Jaden Miller, Bryce Surface, and Ryan Mann. Their leading scorer is Caden Hines at 20 points a game. Shady will go with Gabe Short, Eli Sexton, Kobe Dillon, Malachi Floor, and Cutter Boggs. And I think we're in for a very entertaining basketball game, Eric.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see, how with this new starting lineup, I think Shady's gone a tad bit smaller with who they've inserted with Floor into the lineup, but they're going to space and make you play defense and get after your offense.
So there's Shady being introduced. James Monroe already being introduced. Coach Ronnie Olson for Shady. Coach Kelly Mann for the Mavericks of James Monroe. James Monroe, of course, a consolidated school from back in the day. And that was Union and Peterstown. And now the school located in Linside, West Virginia.
Yeah, you remember back in the day, those Union-Peterstown games were epic. Those 2 towns emptied out when they played one another.
It'll be Boggs in the center circle for Shady, and he'll jump against Hines. Hines, like I said, averaging 20 a game. And we are set, ready to go. Referee Greg Fournette, make sure we're good. Timmy Justice, also on the floor. And we are ready to get the ball in the air and the game underway. And the tip is controlled at back and forth, and now it is taken by James Monroe. So the Mavericks will have first opportunity. And Shady will come out, Eric, and play man-to-man.
And this is where I think you'll see a lot of that is Caden Hines backing down Floor for the easy 2.
Yeah, it was a nice post-up right down into the lane and able to score. James Monroe extends the pressure. Floor lost it. Ball's loose. Shady turns it over on their first possession. Hines down the lane, puts the short shot up and scores.
And then we can see why he can put 20 points up a night because that's just easy right there.
Right, and he's got 16 more to go, right?
Yeah.
Shady having a hard time with his pressure, and they just get the ball across the midcourt stripe. Here's a 3-ball by Short. It won't go. And the rebound comes off to James Monroe, and they push it out and want to run quick.
And that's a good under control fast
Mann
break.
For a 3.
He was deep on that.
He was real deep right in front of us. Ball's loose. Kobe Dillon comes out of there with the loose ball. And here's Sexton with it. And there's a foul.
Yep.
And that foul, of course, against James Monroe.
It's going to be on Jaden Miller. That'll be his first, Maris.
And Shady not wasting any time, Erica, dipping into their bench. So new player into the ball game, Jace Bailey. He started last week, and he played really well. And I think he's going to be a really good player.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a good player now, but I think he'll grow and be a better player.
And that's right out of the foul, almost a turnover for Shady.
But right now, there it should be a foul, and it is a foul. You got a little too aggressive that time. You got away maybe with one to James Monroe, but that time, no way that Surface can get away with that, and he's whistled for the foul.
Yeah, Briar Surface. And to get back to what you were talking about Bailey, everyone that's listening or watching this broadcast probably remembers Jalen Bailey, and I said he was the heart and soul for many years of the teams, the good teams that they had. Dang close to another foul right there.
Yeah, a lot of contact. It was very physical as James Monroe. They're forcing Shady to work very perimeter. As Kobe Dillon off the dribble, they cut him off.
And this is what I thought James Monroe would do. You have to get up into the shooters. You want to make them put it on the deck, and that's another foul.
And that's 2 quick fouls on Surface. And you want to be aggressive, but you don't be that aggressive. And now James Monroe will have to dip into their bench.
2 quick fouls and 3 fouls. They shoot now with 5.
Right.
Shoot 2 fouls with 5, and they'll take a timeout here.
As Wyatt Mann will check into the lineup. We got a 30-second timeout. While we got a minute, tell you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by this Spartan Factory. Spartan Factory has these nice-looking pullovers, Eric, that we had. and that we were shown there in the pregame wearing these nice pullovers that we got from Spartan Factory. They can take care of your team, your church. They're located in Beckley, West Virginia. You can check them out on the website at the SpartanFactoryWV.com. Also, tonight's game brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel, if you want a good home-cooked meal, you want the fine taste of Cracker Barrel, and you can check them out of all their menus and everything they have. Go to crackerbarrel.com for all the details. All right, out of the timeout, it'll be Shady's ball, and ready to put the ball in play will be Kobe Dillon. As, like I said, right there at the timeout, Wyatt Mann will check into the lineup for James Monroe, and almost an offensive foul that time by Sexton.
Hey, but these defenders at Sexton, nice drive and dish to Cutter Boggs.
And Boggs able to catch, shoot, and score. That was a beautiful pass. Quickly back up the other way up the floor is James Monroe. They go the ball to Mann into the lane, and he turned it over. Yep, he sure did.
Got to travel, but you can see, and that's the second turnover by James Monroe.
James Monroe extending their pressure.
First.
Trying to make Shady work to get the ball up the floor. And you can see already, too, on offense, James Monroe trying to attack the basket or trying to post Shady up.
Yeah, and that's a good formula because I thought that they had, a little height advantage, size advantage, and that's going to be a foul on Wyatt Mann.
Yeah, and that's already 4 team fouls. And as you mentioned, Eric, we're at 5:44 for the opening quarter. Yeah. The next foul gets Shady at the line for the remainder of the quarter.
And those are fouls because you're putting your hands, you're impeding the progress of the dribbler, and you got to slide those feet. A lot of kids want to play defense with the hands, but defense played with those feet.
So Shady will inbound, side out. And James Monroe, boy, they just contest everything, don't they? Kobe Dillon down the lane. Nice bounce pass to Cutter Boggs. Boggs loses it, and we got a travel, and it will go over to James Monroe.
Yeah, and I thought it was either going to be a travel, which was the correct call, or a jump ball.
So Shady will extend the pressure. Man on the drive, and he'll get fouled on the floor, and that's a good call. The officials going to have to start taking it over. Let's get a little physical here in the first couple of minutes and change.
And I think Jace Bailey, that's a tough matchup for the young man against a seasoned vet.
A wily veteran, yes. Man has it now. There's two mans on the floor.
Nice skip pass.
3 ball on its way. Won't go. Battle for the rebound. It's loose. Shady comes out of there with it. And that was Bailey with that rebound. Short. Into the lane. Fall away from the baseline. Needs a roll. Won't go. We got a foul. And it will be a foul on Boggs, I believe.
Yeah, I think they're going to whistle Boggs. Cutter Boggs aggressively going for the rebound. And that's 2 fouls on Shady now, back to back.
So got a new player into the ball game for James Monroe. And that'll be Ben Comer will check in, getting his first action. But as aggressive as James Monroe's plays, Eric, you're going to have to use your bench.
Yeah, they have. And we thought that when we saw them in the scrimmage.
And he turned it over.
I don't know about that call.
Well, the ones that count said it's a turnover. And Shady will have it. We don't have a lot of scoring. We've had a lot of action. Very physical game.
This is a very physical game.
And you can see right here, right there, Comer there and Sexton pushing off, and they're battling.
They're trying to make these guards work.
Yeah, you got to be strong with the ball, but they got their hands all over them. And the players going to have to adjust to how the officials call it or don't call it.
This is a shot.
Kobe Dillon spots up for 3, and it goes right down the chute for Kobe Dillon.
They missed the assignment right there. They backed off the wrong
But back the other way is a layup, an easy bucket with the left hand for Taylor. That was good for James Monroe to get the ball right out of the basket and get the ball down the floor. Kobe Dillon lost it at the free throw line. Boggs able to pick it up. Boggs down low, lays it up and in off the glass.
More contact, a lot of contact, but Boggs able to finish through the contact.
Coming up on the halfway point of quarter number 1. Mann's into the lane and throws it away. That's good Shady defense.
We'll see the replay here. as Boggs was able to get free
and
underneath.
you're right, Eric, right there. Boom. I don't know how that wasn't a foul. I mean, it's easy for us looking at the monitor, but that was a lot of contact. Kobe Dillon to the rack. Probably should have shot that one. The ball's out of bounds, and let's see, it'll be a turnover over to James Monroe.
Yeah, good hustle by, was that Comer? Ben Comer didn't give up on it and threw it off the legs of Cutter Boggs.
So James Monroe will have it. New player into the ball game for Shady, and that'll be Jace Lilly. He'll check in for Boggs. Here's Mann with it. Ryan Mann into the lane. They double, triple teaming. Here's a three. That's going to be short. We could tell the minute that was shot. That was by Surface, but an offensive rebound. James Monroe to the basket, up and in. A nice play by Hines. That's his 6th point of the ball game.
Steal.
Hines averages 20. And an extra possession with that turnover for James Monroe. They double team man. Hines open, three on its way, back iron, no good. Battle for the rebound, it's loose. Kobe Dillon comes out of there with it. Here's Sexton now for Shady. Sexton on the move, down the lane. Nice pass in. Lilly couldn't finish and rolled around the rim. He got it back and laid it up and in.
And that's one thing I think he can help with this. Jace Lilly around the basket gives them a force down low.
That was a nice play after he missed the initial shot to stay with it, Eric, and put it back up and in.
Never give up on the rebound, you guys. You got to be relentless on the glass.
Here comes the double team on Mann into the lane. Now he gets triple team, but he scores anyway. Nice play by Ryan Mann. And we got a foul. Now it's free throw time. With 2:40 left in the quarter, we'll walk the length of the floor as that's the 5th team foul on James Monroe. And the guy you don't want to foul is Kobe Dillon.
And that was on Hines, his first. And as you stated, team's 5th. And Kobe Dillon, we've had a chance to cover him. It's usually money once he gets to the free throw line. So with a chance to tack on his 4th and 5th point here.
Kobe Dillon coming off a 40-point game last Monday in a big blowout over West Logan Christian. As soon as there's the announcer's jinx, Eric. So, Kobe, when you watch this game tonight, that's Eric's fault. You missed that. When I saw Kobe last week, I told him when he made a three, I said his sister Abby's the one that showed him how to shoot that.
Yeah, she definitely could.
And you know what? He agreed. He said she did. She did. He didn't say no. As the second free throw was good. He makes 1 of 2 to tie the game. Highly contested game, just what we thought it would be. Double-A team in James Monroe, Triple-A team in Shady. This is the Burger King division. The ball is tipped out of bounds, and it's a turnover. Good pressure on the ball by Shady.
Yeah, and that poor spacing by James Monroe, and Shady able to turn him over.
So Kobe Dillon will put the ball in play just to my right. But James Monroe playing a hard man-to-man. Very physical man-to-man, right?
Yeah, they do a lot of reaching.
Yep, and at that time, I thought they got away with perhaps a foul. Here's Lilly down the lane. Nice fake, puts the short shot up front of the rim and won't go, and that'll be a Shady foul. That was a nice take, and Lilly commits the foul after he missed the shot.
And that's a frustration foul, the youngness of him as he picks up the foul, but we'll look here on the replay as he's able to get loose, Maris, here, and makes a nice ball fake.
Ball fake, yes.
Looks like Mann may have got a piece of that.
Yeah. So here's James Monroe trying to regain the lead at the 2-minute mark of the first quarter.
And, you know, both teams, they're built on defense. And they're a lot of reaching and grabbing.
And now there's a foul.
Got to be strong with the basketball.
As Floor had checked back into the ball game, and now Shady's over the limit. So, Eric, we've had over 10 team fouls between us. Watch this replay right here.
Yeah. Not
and
when they're on the reach.
I do believe that's a foul
Yes,
reaching in.
definitely a foul.
And you can see it's getting a little chippy out there, isn't it?
Well, both teams play physical. You have to be strong with the ball.
Yeah.
And
so Hines at the line. He's James Monroe's leading scorer at 28 games. He's got 6 as he misses the first of 2.
Stuck on 10 here. The last 2 minutes, the last minute and some change.
Well, you know, when you play each team the way they play, the physical game, it's going to come down maybe to a half-court game, and being physical is 1 of 2 free throws are made, and by Hines and James Monroe has regained the lead. So that's 7 points for Hines.
7 of the 11.
Yep, as I mentioned, he's the leading scorer for the Mavericks at 20 a game. Here's Kobe Dillon way out high, almost near midcourt. Dillon down the lane, little floater, it won't go. The tip won't go. Battle for the rebound, and Kobe Dillon comes out there, flips it up over his head, and won't go. The long rebound out to Shady. Floor will dial it up, and head of 2. Nice play as Shady able to hustle to get the extra possession and regain the lead.
And that's just scrapping on the offensive glass, undersized a little bit, but they've really, that being Shady, have really challenged James Monroe on the glass.
Coming up on the final minute of the first quarter. Open 3 in the near corner. It won't go. As that 3 put up that time by Surface, and we got a whistle, and the ball will go over to Shady out of bounds. James Monroe slaps on the full court pressure. You
don't want it right there.
Me and you both say it on cue. Don't throw it in the corner. And that time, that's not.
Travel.
Yeah, that's a play that is. I think Floor is a good player, but you can't give your big the ball that far away from the basket.
No,
you're asking for disaster.
Dribble through, let him go set up and post up right there because, as you saw, it was like a hot potato.
Right.
He wanted to get rid of it.
You got to get him about 10 feet closer before you give him the ball so he can go in and lay it in or flush it. So here's James Monroe in the final 40 seconds of the first quarter. And Ryan Mann, nice pass on the back door cut. And nice play that time by Surface, and James Monroe has regained the lead.
And Mann does a good job distributing the basketball.
Kobe Dillon off the dribble. Spot up 3, wide open for Dillon. Back iron, long rebound to Sexton. Into the lane, puts the shot up, it won't go. And Mann clears the rebound. Here comes James Monroe, final 9 seconds of the first quarter.
They had numbers there.
Here's a 3 ball, and that won't go. And Floor has it, ball's loose, and it's out of bounds. And that's how the first quarter will come to an end. At the end of 1, it's a 1-point advantage for James Monroe. It's the Mavericks lead the Tigers 13-12. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance, we've got your back office.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance, we've got your back office.
We welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. We're getting ready to start the second quarter and a 1-point lead for James Monroe, 13-12. Tonight's game brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance, and Scotty Brown is your local State Farm agent in Shady Spring, West Virginia. You can dial up Scotty at 681-238-6130. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Well, Eric, that was a very good, entertaining first quarter, a very physical first quarter, dominated on each end a half court. We didn't have much fast breaks, but the half court game, we'll see who can maybe get some separation in the half court game as we move forward.
Yeah, and 10 fouls. Fouls were the story of the first quarter, and everything that was called was absolutely a foul. The thing is, you're going to have to clean that up if both teams need to clean up the foul situation.
So Shady will have the ball to start the second quarter. Here's Short on the drive. The ball is knocked free, and Shady turns it over on their first possession of quarter number 2. Here's Mann with it. Beautiful pass down low for the easy layup. That's a nice play, and that time that's Hines, and that's his 9th point of the ball game.
Hines is a good-looking player, but he doesn't force the offense, and this team shares the ball.
Boggs goes up strong, and he missed the short shot about 2 feet from the basket.
And that's when I think he rushed. Need to power dribble and go straight up towards the basket.
Mann backs his way in, leans in, uses the glass, and scores. Ryan Mann
with his 4th point.
And now the biggest lead of the game here at 5 by James Monroe. But you got to be strong with the ball. They make you protect the ball. They make you go to the basket strong. Kobe Dillon on the drive into the lane, tacks the basket. He'll draw the foul, and he will get to the line to shoot 2. And that's a nice play by Kobe Dillon, because a lot of people, Eric, think he can just shoot the 3, but that time he proved he can take you off the dribble, and he's able to get into the lane and get to the line.
And I think that's going to be a big foul, because that's going to be on Hines, and that'll be his second, team's first. And you're right, Kobe Dillon's game has really evolved. Started out as a freshman, just mostly knocking down trays, but over the course of his career has really stepped up and learned to beat people off the dribble as he knocks down the free throw.
So the first one is good by Kobe Dillon. He's made 2 of 3 at the line. Second free throw on its way, and he got them both. So Kobe Dillon is 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Here's Ryan Mann, man-to-man defense, and Sexton all up in him.
Yeah, a lot of contact both ways, and I guess the refs just let them play a little bit, and just let them. We do a lot of West Virginia Tech games, and they just let them play.
Kobe Dillon with a steal. Nice defensive play, and then a James Monroe foul, and that will be number 3 on Hines, correct?
Yes, that's 3.
And with 6.5 to go till halftime, Hines knows he's done. He didn't even have to look. He just got up and ran right to the bench. He knew he was coming out.
Yeah, and that's one of those things. Once you turn it over, frustration, he thought he had a lot of contact, but can't commit the foul immediately. And this is where Shady can really, with 6:34 to go in the second quarter, without one of the big guns on the floor, for James Monroe.
Wyatt Mann will check in. Bailey also back into the lineup for Shady. He's got the ball now. He's in trouble. Shady having a hard time getting the ball across the midcourt, and they can't. And they don't.
And I think if he had caught that, it was going to be a 10-second violation.
Yeah, it was really good defense by James Monroe. And one thing, they guard you. That's one thing. I don't care, who you are. You might have better players, might have better athletes. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But the one thing about it, James Monroe's going to guard you.
And we said both of these teams well coached, well schooled on their defensive principles. And they're going to play hard, and both teams are playing hard.
Yeah, that's a really good defensive play by Sexton to force the turnover, trying to get the ball in the low post. That time to Ryan Mann, and Shady forces the turnover. Actually, Eric, this seems like a playground game to me. Isn't it kind of mean, tough playground? Don't bring that weak stuff in here, right?
Nothing weak going to the basket or coming up the court.
Kobe Dillon breaks the pressure down the lane, lays it up, and it's partially blocked. It's out of bounds. It will stay with Shady.
And once again, Kobe Dillon attacking once he broke the initial pressure and able to get to the rim, just not able to finish.
Boggs will have a seat. Lilly will check in for Shady. Shady will inbound with Bailey on the baseline. Kobe Dillon on the drive. Pull up, little short shot, and he goes. Kobe Dillon able to score.
8 points for Dillon.
And Dillon's got man as man brings the ball up. Man trying to back him down. He's got a size advantage. Here comes the double team, and Shady turns him over. Good job by the Tigers. Kobe Dillon off the drive. A pull up from 15. In front of the rim, no good. And man with a rebound. Outlet. Here comes James Monroe. Pass down low. Shot up, and it goes. That was screened out. Who got that?
Wyatt Mann with his first basket of the night.
And he came in averaging double figures at 12 a game. And he gets his first bucket. 5-minute mark of the first half. And a 3-point James Monroe lead. They have led by as many as 5.
And you're right. Each possession, this is one of those, this is a rock fight.
That's right. This is the playground. Short on the drive, down the lane, tacks the basket. He's stripped.
It looks like it went off his leg.
Let's see
if they confirm.
They'll say nope. James Monroe thought that as Floor will check into the lineup as we watch this last replay, this last bucket.
Yeah, man, just able to muscle it up and get it in.
So Shady will have possession of the ball under their own basket. Get the ball in the low post. Double, triple team, and we got a foul. They got the ball down low to Short, and he'll draw the foul and get to the line.
I think that's on Lane Taylor. That'll be his first.
So the fouls once again are mounting up. Shady has yet to commit a foul in this quarter. That is the third team foul on James Monroe.
And this is one thing that'll really test the James Monroe depth as they commit foul after foul, but they've been able to play with eight players.
As Short makes the first of two, but Eric, this may catch up with James Monroe into the second half. And Shady can be a little more aggressive with 4.5 remaining here in the first half. They have yet to commit a personal foul here in the second quarter. Second free throw was good. Short got them both, and Shady's now within one.
And Short picking up his first 2 points of the contest, coming in as a double-figure scorer.
Here's Mann on the drive as he throws the ball into the corner. The three ball won't go. That three ball was by Taylor as Mann was trying to drive the ball up the floor. And now Kobe dealing with a long pass down. Lilly, head and shoulder fake up and under and scores, and Shady's in front.
Nice hands by Jace Lilly as he gave the old pump fake, got Mann up in the air and able to finish.
First Shady lead since the first quarter when they led 12-11. Halfway through the second quarter, and we got a timeout by James Monroe.
Looks like a 30.
It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. And we'll tell you that the game tonight is brought to you in part by Allstate Insurance. Allstate is located at Market Road in Beckley, and you're in good hands with Allstate, and you're in good hands with Lori Richmond as your agent. You can dial up Lori Richmond at 304-252-8646. Also, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Direct Choice. Direct Choice is a pre-owned vehicle lot located at 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley. They have West Virginia's best selection of prices and pre-owned vehicles. Direct Choice is a proud supporter of local high school sports and student athletes. Out of the timeout with 3:58 left in the half, Shady leads by 1, 20-19, and it'll be James Monroe ball, and I think they'll put the ball in play here, Eric, right here in front of us.
And I think the story of this first half with Shady leading at 20-19, they've been able to get to the free throw line 6 times to James Monroe's 2.
Yeah.
And they've able to knock down 5 out of the 6.
And like I mentioned too, Shady has not committed a foul here in the second quarter.
And if I'm James Monroe, you know how they say the whistles usually even it out. I'm taking something to the hole and trying to pick up some contact and pick up a foul.
All right, here's Miller with it. They get the ball down low to Mann and trying to post him up. Here comes the double team. Mann trying to fight his way through the double team, and there's a foul.
And I think that's smart basketball, trying to get it down low, and that would be whistled on Gabe Short, who was the primary defender on the post-up.
Yeah, it'll be on the floor, and that's one time, or not one time, but every time that the ball goes into the post, Shady brings the double team. They get the ball down low to Mann. He puts the shot up. It's blocked from behind, but it goes right to a teammate, and the shot is up and in. That shot is good by Miller. And James Monroe back in front.
Johnny on the spot. It was Miller time right there.
Yes, it
was. He was able to get the rebound and get a.
Kobe Dillon pulls up. He's blocked from behind. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with Shady.
And the thing is, once you beat the initial pressure from James Monroe, they don't give up. They're going to come. They're relentless in their second wave and third wave of defenders. This could be a steal.
Yeah, Floor throws out. It is a steal, and it's knocked off of the Shady defender. That's a great play by the young man for James Monroe by Surface as we watch the replay.
Yeah, and this was just a tough catch for Eli Sexton, and the presence of mind to throw the ball off of Eli Sexton.
So here's James Monroe with the ball and up 1. And here's Miller with it. We got a whistle and a Shady foul.
And I think that's going to be on floor.
Yep. And
on the floor.
Yeah, and Eric, the thing about it, this game is too physical for any team to go a whole quarter without committing fouls. So you knew sooner or later Shady's going to have to start committing fouls, right? Or they have to start calling.
Well, and I think that's the way you probably, in that timeout, Kelly Mann probably said, look, we got to go something to the basket. Got away with the travel there.
Yep. They give the ball out to Ryan Mann way out high. He's trying to clear traffic. Trying to go off the dribble, pull up. Finds a teammate in the corner. 3 on its way. It's short. That shot was put up by Surface, and here's Sexton with it.
And another turnover for James Monroe.
Shady on the move. Sexton attacks the basket, puts it up, left it short, got his own rebound. No, that is Lilly that time. And Lilly with a putback.
6 points for Lilly. And the young freshman growing up right before our eyes, because this is a big physical game, and that's what you want out of the freshman.
Yeah, he had nice play. Here's a 3-ball and no good. We got a whistle on the rebound, and the foul is going to go against James Monroe's Ryan Mann. As there's this last play, battling inside. Nice play, Lilly. A little kiss off the glass for the bucket.
And you know what he did? He gathered himself under control once he got the rebound and went straight up, powered it in.
Levi Taylor will check in for the first time, number 22 for James Monroe.
And that foul was on Ryan Mann, his first, team's fourth.
2.5 remaining here in the first half.
So Shady's going to be shooting free throws here.
On the next foul. As Short dials up a 3 and left it short, and the rebound is Mann.
They have numbers.
And right down the lane, and there's a lot of contact. The ball's loose, and James Monroe turns it over. There's Kobe Dillon with it. Sexton will dial it up from downtown. He left it short. Long rebound, though, to Gabe Short. Kobe Dillon off the drive. Into the lane, little floater, and he scores. Kobe Dillon. Shady was down 5 in this quarter, Eric. Now they've come back to take a 3-point advantage.
And Kobe Dillon able to get in double figures with that basket. A nice runner.
Nice hands by Kobe Dillon, almost steal. And, you know, Eric, you've always said about Kobe in his career, he's sneaky good defensively.
And as we see, he really is. And as we see right here, nice little floater.
Under control,
soft
little touch for the basket.
And you're right. I have always said that about Kobe Dillon. Gets a lot of credit for his shooting, but he does it all. He does everything. He's a complete basketball player, as he can put it on the floor now and score with his mid-range, which only enhances his game.
So Ryan Mann will put the ball in play across the way at the front of the scorer's table. Like I said, at one point, James Monroe led by 5, 17-12 in this quarter, but it's been a 12-5 run, and Shady's got a 3-point lead. Here's Comer with it, and it's a 5-second call. As Shady, outstanding defense. And, Eric, that's been, you know, both of these teams score a lot of points, but right now they've been so good defensively that each team's holding the other team down.
Yeah, and we say this on the last 3 or 4 broadcasts. This could be the first to 50 for sure.
Maybe 40, the way this game is going. Here's Shady with possession and up 3. Short with it. Kobe Dillon on a drive. Sexton will dial it up for 3. It won't go. Battle for the rebound. Good hustle by Jace Lilly, but it's out of bounds to James Monroe.
But can't you see the upside to this young man, Jace Lilly? Needs to stay in the gym. He's physically imposing as a freshman. Just got to get some varsity time under his belt. He's going to be a good one.
Lane Taylor will check back into the lineup for James Monroe. Here's Comer with it. He turned it over the last time. They were able to apply pressure. And almost turned it over, and he does turn it over again.
Great defense by Lilly.
Here's Kobe Dillon, goes in with the left hand and scores. Shady now up 5. Down into the lane, the shot is blocked by Lilly. And right now, Shady's defense has really turned this game around. Sexton on a drive to the rim, lays it up and in. Biggest lead of the game right here for Shady by 7 at 28-21.
And Eli Sexton, they will get in the scoring column, and that's maybe getting him going offensively.
Currently an 8-0 run by the Tigers. Final 25 seconds of the half. Halftime, we'll recap. And here's Kobe Dillon with a steal. Shady with numbers. Kobe Dillon goes all the way in and lays it up and in. 10-0 run. The biggest lead of the game right here at 9. But it's been Shady's defense.
Well, Kobe Dillon has outscored James Monroe by himself in this quarter.
And there's a Shady foul with 1.8 left here in the half. And that'll be a couple of free throws coming for Mann. Ryan Mann will get to the line for James Monroe.
And I didn't see who that foul was whistled on for Shady.
Let's see who they called it on. And they're going to say no, it was not in the act of shooting. So James Monroe will have to take it out with 1.8 left in the half.
Was that whistled on Eli Sexton? That would be his first.
Yeah. So getting ready to put the ball in play will be Taylor. It's a 9-point advantage, biggest lead of the game right here. And Shady currently on a 10-0 run. Time to get a good look. The ball goes inside and it's kicked. No time came off the clock. James Monroe 1.8. Here's an open three. It is short, and that's how the half will end, as that three ball was put up that time by Miller. And Shady will end the half on a 10-0 run and take a 9-point lead to the locker room at the break. It's Shady 30 and James Monroe 21. We'll take our first break and come back and get you ready for the Direct Choice halftime show coming up next here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, grab me one too.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry, and at the break, Shady has a 9-point lead, the biggest lead of the ball game, Eric, 30-21. They battled back and forth in the first quarter, exchanging leads, going back and forth as James Monroe led 13-12 at the end of the quarter. And into the start of this second quarter, Eric, it was a 5-point advantage for James Monroe at 17-12, but Shady finished the quarter on a 10-0 run and take their largest lead of the game into the locker room with them, a 30-21 lead here at the break.
Yeah, and as you saw in the highlights we were running as you was giving the recap, Kobe Dillon really came to play in that second quarter as he was able to outscore James Monroe. Only scored 8 in the quarter, and Kobe Dillon had 10 on his own. And the offense, the defense turned into offense for Shady as they were able to take control of the game in the second quarter.
Yeah, and Eric, I thought that was the difference in that second quarter. Shady's defense flipped the script in this game because, like I said, it was even back and forth. James Monroe had that 5-point lead, but then when Shady really started to guard you, he started to defend, and then, like you said, their defense then became their offense, and they were able to get some nice baskets, and that's why they have the 9-point lead.
Yeah, transition buckets as Kobe Dillon picked up 2 steals, was able to get 2 layups, hit a quick runner, got Eli Sexton finally got into the act. But the difference also in the first half are free throw attempts, because Shady's been the more aggressive team as they've gone to the rack and really shot free throws well.
And we'll get into those numbers on the flip side of the break as we'll be right back, and we'll go inside the numbers on the other side of this break as you're watching live streaming coverage of this little general event. This is the Burger King division, and at the break, it's a 9-point advantage for Shady. They lead James Monroe 30-21. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Merry Christmas. 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 Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from Faith Clinic.
Merry Christmas. 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 Merry Christmas.
From our Access Health family to yours, Merry Christmas.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a little general store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. We're going to go inside the numbers, and inside the numbers of the first half are brought to you by Direct Choice. Direct Choice is a pre-owned vehicle lot located at 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, West Virginia's best selection and best prices for pre-owned vehicles. Direct Choice proudly are a proud supporter of local sports and student athletes. Also inside the numbers brought to you in part by Allstate Insurance. And Allstate, you're in good hands with Allstate. They're located at Market Road in Beckley. Lori Richmond is the agent. You can dial up Lori at 304-252-8646. Well, Eric, you have the numbers of the first half.
Okay, scoring by quarters. James Monroe was able to outscore Shady 13-12 in the first quarter, but Shady turned it around, outscoring James Monroe by 10, Maris, 18-8 in the second quarter, taking a 30-21 lead as we see on the scoreboard. And leading the way for Shady is Kobe Dillon with 14 points. He went to the line 4 times, able to cash in on 3. Jace Lilly really came up big in the first half, coming off the bench to score 6 for Shady. And Cutter Boggs, the other big, down low, chipping in with 4. For James Monroe, out of the 21 points, they're led by their leading scorer, Caden Hines. But the difference in this contest is he only went to the free throw line twice, Maris, making 1 of 2, but he has more fouls than free throw attempts. So he leads the way with 9 points, Ryan Mann with 4, Jaden Miller 2, and Wyatt Mann off the bench with 2 points. And those 2 guys that I just talked about, they're double-figure scores coming into the contest. That's in Wyatt Mann off the bench and Jaden Miller, and they've only been able to score 4 points.
Yeah, some of the team totals, Eric, is James Monroe were 10 of 22 from the floor. Shady 12 of 28 from the floor. Neither team shot the 3 well. Shady just made 1 of 6, and James Monroe was 0 for 10.
Yeah, and if you look, 12 of 28, though, you got 8 more shots up on the basket. Or 6 more, excuse me.
6 more.
My math's a little bad. 6 more basket attempts, and that's the difference in the contest. Jace Lilly has really come on and given them second chance points.
All right, at the break, it's a 9-point advantage, the biggest lead of the game here for Shady, 30-21. We'll take a break, get you ready for the second half. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Merry Christmas, 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 Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas from Faye Clinic.
Merry Christmas, 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 Merry Christmas.
From our Access Health family to yours, Merry Christmas.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a little general store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like pay.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. We have our entire crew here with us for this event, the Little General event, day one of a two-day event. This is the Burger King bracket. And we start the second half, Eric, in a 9-point lead for Shady.
And they got their leading scorer back in the game in Caden Hines and almost turns it over on the first possession.
Here's Mann to the basket, and he'll draw the foul, and he'll get to the line.
And Cutter Boggs, good idea, just late on the rotation as he picks up the blocking foul.
So it'll be Ryan Mann. He will get to the free throw line. He will shoot a pair.
So this will equal the free throw attempts in the first half on the first possession of the second half.
First free throw is good. And that trims the Shady lead to 8. As that'll give Ryan Mann 5 points on the game. And the second free throw is no good. He gets 1 of 2. Boggs clears the rebound for Shady. They've got Kobe Dillon trapped. He was able to get the pass to Lilly. And now here's Sexton with it. Shady with numbers. Boggs down low, catches it, and shoots and scores. A nice play. And Shady with his largest lead of the game, lead by 10.
Cutter Boggs running after getting the rebound, Maris. The big ran the floor and was rewarded with a nice layup.
So what's been a tight game now, Eric, has now gone to a double-digit lead for the Tigers.
And I think the difference is Shady's defense. They've really put the clamps on Hines after the second quarter.
And we got a foul on Boggs, and he doesn't like it.
And that'll be his third.
Yeah, and he's got to come out of the game. We're not even a minute into the third quarter yet.
Unofficially. Let's see when they put it up on the board, but I have him for 3. They have him for 4.
Well, that's even worse. You had bad news. They got worse news, right? So, you know, Eric, you figure, and obviously they're the official book, and they've got him for 4 fouls.
So he has.
Then if that's the case, then, and obviously it is.
You won't see him the rest of this quarter.
Yeah, rest of this quarter, you're right.
Maybe 4 minutes of the.
Here's a short shot in the lane. That shot was put up by Hines. It doesn't go. And Kobe Dillon comes out of there with it. Shady with numbers. Lilly to the basket. Slam dunk. Lilly attacks the front of the rim and flushes it down. The biggest lead of the game here at 12.
And that's how you beat pressure and finish at the other end. Jace Lilly picks up his 8th point in miraculous fashion.
And try to get the ball down low. Shady gets another turnover. Their defense has been outstanding. And James Monroe thought they had a turnover, and then they turned the ball over. So we watch this beautiful play. Nice pass by Sexton. And Lilly a catch right down to the front of the rim and throw it down.
And that's off of 2 feet right there. That's what we call hops.
Yeah,
right there.
That's what you call elevation, right to the front of the rim and throw it down. And, you know, Eric, here, this is a danger point, I think, for James Monroe. 6:20 left in the third quarter, a 12-point lead. Shady trying to get even more distance between them and James Monroe.
Going to have to string some stops together and quit fouling.
Yeah, that's it. They're going to have to get stops. And then when they get stops, they're going to have to score to get back in it. Kobe Dillon on a drive, passes the ball to Sexton.
And look how patient this offense is playing with the lead.
Sexton will attack the basket, loses it, finds Kobe Dillon, launch for 3. It's a little strong. And the rebound is Mann.
Open court.
Yeah, Hines down the lane, up over his shoulder, and he can't get it to go. And Lilly with the rebound.
And don't you think his foul situation made him not attack the basket?
Be as aggressive as he might have normally would have been. Sexton on the move. He'll draw the foul, put it up and in, and it counts, and he'll get to the line. He'll try to polish off a 3-point play.
And that's going to be whistled on Jaden Miller. And as you see on this replay, this is where I think Sexton is at his best. Nice body control, absorbs the contact, and able to finish with the kiss off the glass.
Yes, a nice little kiss off the glass, and right now the biggest lead of the game at 14 for Shady. And Sexton will try to polish off a three-point play. Free throw on its way, and it's good. Biggest lead of the game right here at 15 as Shady started this third quarter on a 7-1 run. But Shady's defense is why it's been so difficult for James Monroe to score. And like you said, they got to quit fouling.
And James Monroe is being sped up. You know, they like to play a good half-court offense, but being down 15, they're forced to take some shots like that just as man does it.
Misses the three. The ball's loose, and it's picked up by James Monroe's Hines. Dillon almost got the steal.
But the dribble was picked up as 0 for 10, 0 for 11 now.
There's a three ball was way short by Taylor.
At halftime, they were, 0 for 10 from three?
Here's Short on the drive. Off the glass. It won't go. Battle for the rebound. Scrambles. Ball still loose. And man comes out of there with it.
Got a 2-on-1 here.
Here's Hines. Nice pass for the easy layup. And that is a bucket is scored by Miller. And, you know, James Monroe's got to get a few more of those if they're going to get back in the game. And they got a steal and a nice defensive play. Lays it back up and in for back-to-back baskets is once again Miller able to score again. So if James Monroe is going to get back in it, they have to do it on the defensive end of the floor. They've got to get stops, and then they got to score out of those stops like they've done the last two times. Kobe Dillon spots up three. Good. Right down the chute for Kobe Dillon.
17 on the evening for Kobe Dillon.
Lead is 14. Biggest lead has been 15.
And I think the Shady Tiger team collectively, they taste a little blood as they've really played some great defense, and Hines has forced them to a tough shot.
Yeah, and you're talking about the good defense. I thought Kobe Dillon forced Hines further out. Here's man, and it's an offensive foul as he just lowered his shoulder and runs over Bailey.
And I think Bailey, the young freshman, took one in the chops there as he was set, and I don't think it was much of a flop. And man picks up his second. Ryan Mann.
And a technical foul has been assessed to the James Monroe head coach. As we watch the play, that was that other play. Here's a couple of steals that James Monroe got. But now, as Coach Mann will get whistled for a tee, and I'm sure Kobe Dillon will be the one that will shoot him. 2 free throws plus the ball, and a 14-point lead for Shady with 3:39 left here in the third quarter. Following this game, we'll have Beckley and Wyoming East. That'll be the nightcap. In 4 more games tomorrow. There'll be games at 2, 4, 6, and 8. Of course, Bill O'Brien and Mark Montgomery will have the 2 and 4 games. Eric and I will have the 6 and 8 o'clock games. Kobe Dillon's first free throw off the technical is good.
And that gets him at 18, and he's 4 of 5 at the free throw line now.
And Eric, that's also assessed as a team foul as well. As Kobe Dillon makes the second one, and biggest lead of the game right here. Plus possession of the ball. So this game really got away from, I think, James Monroe in the final 2.5, 3 minutes of that second quarter.
And it really did. And I think
as Sexton throws an elbow into the chest that time of the defender, which is Wyatt Mann. And like I said, this has been a very tough physical game.
And you can't expect this James Monroe team to never give up. They're going to play. And, you know, sometimes coaches getting technicals are for 2 reasons. To yell at the coach, but to really, to get the referees to recognize, hey, we're not getting just calls, but also to fire your team up.
Here's a 3-ball. James Monroe is yet to make one tonight, and that 3-ball is short. And that 3-ball put up by Hines. Here's Sexton on the move. Down the lane, a little floater, and that was in between. He got his own rebound. He put it back up. It won't go, and the ball's out of bounds, and it will stay with Shady. But, you know, Eric, I thought that shot down the lane by Sexton was in between, straight through in a bank, and that's why it kind of landed where the ball did.
Yeah, maybe off the glass. I wish we could have got a replay of that. I don't know if who last touched that ball.
The ones that count say that James Monroe last touched it. Kobe Dillon for 3. That grazes the iron, but he follows his missed shot. He kicked it accidentally.
Hey, well, we
got a whistle, and we got a timeout by Coach Olson of Shady. That's a full timeout. 3:05 left in the third. We'll take it with them. Shady leads 42-26. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett with Window Rota Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. Tonight's action is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell your home, you want to contact Exit Elevation Realty. You can check out Luke Richmond, the broker, Steve Morgan, the associate broker. You can check them out on the website at exitelevationwv.com. Also, the game brought to you in part by Edward Jones Financial Advisors, 4 great financial advisors that will help you plan with your money. That's Ben Worley, Heather Cantley, Tracy Houck, or Brooke Dempsey. All right, out of the timeout, Shady has it, Eric, the biggest lead of the game at 16, 42-26.
And great timeout by Coach Ronnie Olson here because you have possession of the ball and you want to try to extend this lead.
The ball's knocked out of bounds by James Monroe. It'll stay with Shady. And, Eric, I think that's become one of the toughest things in basketball these last couple of years is getting the ball in after a timeout.
Yeah, it really is. And right here is one of the toughest places to try to get it in from as Shady throws
Hi,
it in.
I'm Leanna Burnett with Window Rota Beckley. Are you dealing with those?
So here's Kobe Dillon with it. They double team him. And that's what you got to do. Move the ball as Gabe Short will dial it up for 3 and hit. A splash down for 3 and the biggest lead of the game right here at 19 at 45-26. James Monroe yet to make a 3 here in this game. Comer, he's in trouble. The ball's stripped. James Monroe able to get it back. And now there's a foul, and they'll get Bailey with the reach-in foul.
Yeah,
so watch this last 3 ball.
And right here, that's easy. Not any defense. It's Short just spots up and drains it.
That's the way I like them. If they don't guard me, I think I can make a few, right?
Yeah, definitely unguarded.
Well, you've seen me shoot, so if you don't guard me, I can make a few until I get tired, right? Which probably be after a few.
That's right. Don't have the shooter's stamina anymore.
No. All right. So out of that foul, side out for James Monroe, coming up here on the 2-minute mark of the third quarter. Man off the dribble, he cut him off.
One thing that Shady adjusted to that James Monroe did early, the post up. They've doubled everything as Kobe Dillon gets another
with a steal. Ahead to Short. Short down the lane, and he'll draw the foul before he put the shot up. That'll be, like I said, down on the floor.
And I think that's number 4 on Caden Hines, and that's huge.
And you are correct. So Lilly checks back into the ball game. Each team has 4 team fouls. And it'll be Floor to put the ball in play as he checks back in to Shady's lineup as well.
And Shady's has held James Monroe to 5 points thus far in this quarter.
Yeah, the defense has been the whole key, and holding them under 30 points right now, Eric, as we're under 2 minutes for the third quarter. Here's Sexton off the dribble into the lane, and he'll draw the foul, and it'll be on the floor. But they're over the limit, so that's free throw time.
And that's going to be on Comer.
And that'll get Sexton to the line.
That'll be his first.
We have Beckley and Wyoming East coming up next. Wyoming East 3-0, Beckley 2-2. Kind of odd about that, Eric, that Wyoming East, of their 3 wins, they won 2 games by 2 points. And Beckley, of their 2-2 and their 2 losses, they've lost 2 games by 3 points.
Yeah, something has to give as Sexton. I didn't give the jinx because I was going to say he was 1 of 1 going into that shot. So he helped me out.
Yeah, Chelsea misses the front end. And he'll have a second shot coming. James Monroe led 13-12 at the quarter. Shady finished the half on a 10-0 run to lead by 9, 30-21 at the break. But this third quarter's been all Shady, and they have their largest lead of the game by 20 now, 46-26. Here's a steal. The big fella. Lilly going coast to coast. He has the ball stripped from him, but right to Sexton. and they throw the ball to Lilly, and he took his eye off it, and it's out of bounds.
Wow, and that was going to be a nice dime by Sexton and an easy finish as he had eyes in the back of his head right there.
Yeah, and I think Lilly was thinking, if I catch this, I'm going to slam it home.
Hey, the first thing is catch it.
Catch it, that's right. Yeah.
And if James Monroe's going to do anything, they got to do it now.
You get the ball down low, and it will be out of bounds off of Shady. It'll stay with James Monroe. So 20-point lead, biggest lead of the ball game.
Defensive rotations, Maris, have been excellent for Shady.
So far, Shady's outscored James Monroe 16-5 in this quarter. Man, wheels, deals, puts the shot up. The tip won't go, and Short comes out of there with the rebound. And a lot of contact, and they said no foul, just out of bounds. They'll stay with Shady. That was a lot of contact right there.
A lot of contact, and I think bailed out Miller because that would have been his fourth foul on Jaden Miller. So he should thank the referee for just calling that out on him.
So they try to double team Kobe Dillon here in the backcourt. Nice pass ahead. Lilly puts up the shot, and it's swatted. Nice play as Mann able to meet him right at the rim and swat it out of bounds. It'll stay with Shady. We'll watch the replay. This is really good defense. Well, this is the play before.
No, this is
it.
This is going to be it.
Yeah.
And the young fellow just has to learn a one pump fake, and he would have faked him out of his shoes.
Yeah, we don't get to see it. Yeah, that replay took a little long. I thought we were going to get right to the actual play. But the lead's 20. And checking back into the lineup. Let's see who we got for James Monroe. Comer's back into the lineup. Ball comes into Kobe Dillon. He spins, leans in, shot partially blocked. Lilly picks up the loose ball, and they get him for a travel.
Pick that pivot foot up after the power dribble.
So Beckley Wyoming East will follow this one. And, of course, Eric, that goes back many years to back in the old days when Wyoming East, before they consolidated with Pineville and Herndon, when it was Beckley and Mullins. And, boy, they had classic games in Mullins and in this building.
Yeah, that Mullins-Beckley back in the day, two premier Southern West Virginia teams.
Here's a shot from the baseline. Is good. Nice-looking shot that time by Miller.
6 of the 7 points in the quarter scored by Miller.
Here's Floor with it. Nice pass to Short. Short with the finish off the glass, and he couldn't. He had a point-blank shot, and he missed it. And back the other way is Hines for James Monroe. Final 30 seconds of the third. Man down the lane. Dishes it off. Turnaround shot. It's swatted by Lilly. And now there's a foul, and that'll get Lilly to the free throw line.
And Jace Lilly has played a heck of a game as we look here on the contest.
Yeah. There's the
nice
block, and then he's tripped accidentally, but nevertheless it is a foul.
And that one's whistled on Ryan Mann. That'll be his third.
So the big fella, Lilly, will get to the free throw line. Jace Lilly, the freshman, he's played really well in the preseason and the games that I have seen. And, of course, the game, obviously, here we're broadcasting right here.
Well, if he's able to connect on these two free throws, this will get him in double figures.
Of course, he had a nice slam dunk early in the game, and you didn't jinx him as he makes the first one. Well, at least he's got to make this one to get in double figures, so maybe hopefully you don't jinx him.
Yeah, but you got to if you're Coach Ronnie Olson, you have to like how early in the season this young man is growing up right before your eyes.
Yeah, big upside, as you said earlier, as he makes both of them and extends the lead back to 20. This equals the largest lead of the game as Bailey will check back in. So final 22 seconds here of this third quarter, and what was a tough game. And, Eric, honestly, I thought the game, no matter who won, I thought it would be much more competitive, but Shady's defense has controlled this game here tonight.
Yeah, Shady's really turned it up here in the second half, in the third quarter, to end the second quarter.
Yeah,
going into halftime.
Into the third quarter. I mean, it's an 18-7 third quarter advantage right now in this third quarter with 15.4 left in it. Mann has it on the baseline. Spins into the lane. A lot of contact. Offensive foul. That will be his fourth. And that's been the story. The Shady defense has just bogged down this really talented James Monroe team as we watch the replay, Eric.
Good power dribble, but Eli Sexton able to stay in there. And I think the help defense forced him from Jace Lilly forced him to, Jace Bailey. Too many Jaces. Forced man into that extra step in charge.
Final 10 seconds here of the third. Lilly ahead of the pack. Goes up, and he's swatted again. Second time that's happened. Last shot time, counted if it goes from midcourt, and actually a little closer than midcourt, but it doesn't go, and that's the end of the third quarter. Biggest lead of the ball game right here, 20-point advantage for Shady, 48-28. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this on Video Productions.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett with Window Rota Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur, West Virginia. They have quality custom cabinets, and they are a proud sponsor of local sports and local student athletes. You can dial them up at 304-252-2917. All right, ready to go to the fourth quarter, Eric. It's Shady with their biggest lead at 20. James Monroe led 13-12 at the end of the quarter. It was 30-21 Shady at the break, and now 48-28. Apparently, there's another technical foul on James Monroe as we start the fourth quarter as Kobe Dillon steps to the line to shoot two.
And that's not what you needed when you're already down 20, starting the fourth quarter with two free buckets for Kobe Dillon.
As you are correct, and now the biggest lead of the game is right here at 22 at 50-28. We'll have to find out who that technical was on, and we'll do that the next chance we get, as Shady will have possession of the ball as well. So when we get a minute, we'll have to grab one of the officials and find out what that last call was. But it was a technical. So here's Shady with it. As we start the fourth quarter, the biggest lead of the game here at 22, and there is a foul on James Monroe.
And I think that's going to be whistled on Taylor.
But you know, Eric, as good as this Shady, as good as Shady's defense has been, but what I was going to say, as good as James Monroe is, and I think will be, and they had 5 players coming in averaging double figures, it's been a grind for them to get to 28 points.
And that's due to the Shady defense. And they made some adjustments after that first quarter and were able – James Monroe got it down low early on in the contest, and now they're running and really – double team them, the entry pass or whoever the recipient is in the post, and that's really bogged the offense down.
And, you know, and Eric, I realized too for James Monroe, this is a big step up in class, but they put up 85 against Narrows, 77 against Princeton, and 83 against Summer, so they scored over 80 twice. But they're going to be lucky to get to 40 here in this game.
And we said the first to 50 could win this game, and right now we're right on par.
As we got a held ball, the arrow will keep it with Shady.
Is that right?
Well, the reason that it must be right, and the reason I was thinking the same thing, because Shady, maybe because the technical foul gave him the possession. I don't know how that works, but
okay.
Shady does have the possession. 7.5 to go. Biggest lead of the game here at 22. Kobe Dillon to inbound. And we got a foul on James Monroe. I tell you, this was a physical game from the tip.
And that's Wyatt, and between him and his brother, as we see the replay, he's running straight through the chest of Gabe Short.
And here's another thing. They've already got 3 fouls, James Monroe. And every quarter, now we haven't even played a minute yet, and they've already got 3 team fouls. But James Monroe has been in foul trouble with 3 or 4 team fouls within a couple of minutes of every quarter. Kobe Dillon off the dribble. Backs it back out. They got Boggs down low, maybe on a mismatch. And now they'll switch out. Sexton will dial it up for 3. It won't go. Rebound over to James Monroe, and that's Hines with it. Here's a three. That's the first made three of the ball game. And that three that time is made by Miller.
And Miller's been the only source of offense, really, for James Monroe here in the second half.
Yeah, he has been Miller time, but not enough. Down low, and the ball's knocked out of bounds. That's the third time in this game that Lilly has gone up for a shot, and man, and been there as we watch this last three ball.
And yeah, and you need to savor that if you're a James Monroe fan, because in transition, Miller able to spot up and finally knock down. I think unofficially they're one of like 12 or 13.
Yeah. And, you know, obviously it's going to take a lot for them to come back and win this game. But and even if that doesn't happen, and it doesn't look like that it will, I think James Monroe is still going to be really good, and they're going to be a team to contend with in Class AA.
People need to understand they're playing the class up.
And what a finish by Short off the glass and able to score. He thought he was fouled, no whistle, but Short, that was a tremendous play. Shady with another turnover. Sexton will attack the basket. He'll lay it up and in. And now this is the biggest lead of the game. But the one thing Coach Olson's got to like the way his team has played, they have contested everything. And there's a miss. The putback won't go. There's a Shady foul.
They're going to call it on the floor, so it won't be a shooting foul. And that will be the first foul of the fourth quarter for Shady. Let's see who was whistled. And that's going to be whistled on Jace Bailey.
So under their own basket, Hines to put it in play for James Monroe. Finds Miller, spot up, three. It's Short, tipped up once, twice, and it goes in. They wave off the basket, and on the floor is the Shady foul.
And I think it's going to be on the grab, Kobe Dillon on the grab.
The James Monroe fans definitely do not like the fact that they don't get the and one. They don't get the continuation. And it's been a frustrating night for James Monroe, and their fans are shouting out their frustrations at the official.
Yeah, but, you know, I think these officials don't hear very well, so it goes on deaf ears.
The James Monroe fans don't think they see very well, but they do. They've done a great job.
Hey, I set you up for that. When
I know you did. There's a three ball on its way. It won't go, and then we got a whistle on the rebound, and I think it's a Shady foul as that three ball was put up behind.
It's going to be on the box out on Sexton, I think.
Yeah.
No, on Short. Excuse me.
This has been a very physical game, and Shady really took control right there when they got on that 10-0 run at the end of the second quarter to go up 9 at halftime, and then they've really controlled this second half. James Monroe has had a hard time scoring. Here's a deep three, and that is Short as it grazes the front of the rim.
If I can see, maybe this is an aberration, but if one weakness in this James Monroe team are the outside shots.
They're Short on the drive. The reverse doesn't go. It's out of bounds over to James Monroe. That last three was put up by Taylor, and it didn't go. But James Monroe's only made one three ball here tonight.
And what's wild is Shady's known as a three-point shooting team. They've only made 3.
But you know what? They really haven't. I wonder how many they've taken, because it seemed like they've gone off the dribble and into the lane more, especially in the second half.
And that's the right thing to do with the foul trouble that James Monroe
has been in. Yeah, here's Mann on the baseline. He lost it. Boggs picks it up. Boggs had it, lost it, had it again, lost it again. Hines off the glass, up and in.
Well, Shady, Maris, coming out of halftime, was 1 of 6 from 3. So I don't think they've even taken 10 attempts. Maybe so.
And, you know, the one thing about it, Cutter Boggs, who's a fine player, he's been saddled by foul trouble. You know, they're beating a really quality team as Kobe Dillon gets a shot block. Quality team, and really he's really having put his stamp on it because he's saddled with foul problems.
And the one thing you got to like, though, is the 1-2 punch of he and Jace Lilly, because Jace Lilly was the recipient of more playing time because of Cutter Boggs' foul trouble.
And Shady turns it over.
And he's responded.
And now James Monroe turns it back over. But, yeah, I'm definitely picking up what you're putting down on that. And now the play's getting a little sloppy here as we go under 5 minutes for the ball game. Here's a pull-up in front of the rim, no good. That pull-up was by Miller. Battle for the rebound, turn around off the glass, up and in. That's a nice play by Taylor. And we got a timeout by James Monroe. Timeout on the floor, 54-35. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with and be right back here on Video Productions.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett with Window Rota Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year.
253 help for Modleys. Also, tonight's game brought to you in part by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. And got me a nice ice-cold Pepsi now. All right, Eric. Final 4.5 remaining in this one. And Shady trying to punch their ticket into the 8 o'clock game tomorrow, which they'll play the winner. As Boggs able to catch and miss it, but he follows it up, his own shot, puts it back in. And so Shady can continue to win this game, and it looks like they're going to. They'll play the winner of Beckley and Wyoming East. And then the loser of Beckley and Wyoming East will get James Monroe at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Man, a fall away from the free throw line. He rattles it in. I didn't mean to cut you off there a minute ago.
Well, what I was going to state is either way, 2 quality games tomorrow, because whoever loses this contest, which looks like James Monroe is kind of has his back against the wall, really want to leave out of here 1-1 instead of 0-2.
Yeah, and, we talked about this as there's a turnover that you're going to have in this Burger King division, a really good team that's going to leave this building tomorrow 0-2 and have a really good team.
Yeah, and that's what's good about early season basketball tournaments. You get to see how your younger players, which I stated at the top of the broadcast, Shady is really turned into a young program after all the seniors that graduated. But they're playing, as Floor will pick up the foul and the reach in, but they're playing quality teams that expect all 4 teams are in the Burger King division expect to be at the state tournament.
And that very well could happen. I mean, you have Beckley in 4A, you have Wyoming East and James Monroe in AA. They both could make it from the South, and then of course Shady in AAA.
And that's that's a testament to the programs. They expect to be there. They coach that way, and that's what the expectations of the players are.
Right, and Charlie Houck, a little general, did a great job of putting this, these teams together. As that shot is missed there, and a lot of contact as Short trying to get the ball off the floor.
Wow.
Coming up on the final 3 minutes, ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Shady. 3:12 left in this one. We had 2 other games in the Pepsi division, and the first game was an overtime game. Charleston Catholic beat Oak Hill 47-46. And then the second part of the Pepsi division, Winfield beat Princeton 70-60. So in the 2 o'clock game tomorrow, it'll be Princeton and Oak Hill. The 4 o'clock game, the championship of the Pepsi division, it will be a Winfield against Charleston Catholic.
And that Winfield Charleston Catholic, not only the Battle of Greene, but the Battle of Kanawha County versus Putnam County, correct?
Yes. There's a foul there. And that is on,
it's on Comer.
Yep. So each team has 4 team fouls each.
I'll tell you what, Comer's only picked up his second, but he's pretty close to. He could have been whistled for a couple more. He's a very physical young man. Plays tough. Plays hard.
So 2:58 left in this one. Shady's going to go to 3-2. James Monroe will have their first loss of the season, and going in strong and late it is Bailey, and he's been in double figures. It's one of his better games in his young career.
Jace Lilly.
Oh, beg your pardon, Lilly. I said Bailey. There is a Jace Bailey that they have, and that was Lilly, and both are on the floor. So they have Bailey, Jace Bailey, and Jace Lilly, and that was Lilly that finished as Boggs comes back.
And you're right, and that was his 12-point, Maris, and just. I'm glad he's growing up. The way he's playing, that'll just give him confidence because, it's a lot different coming up from 8th grade to 9th grade where you see how physically he is now. Imagine him playing 8th graders last year and being that physical.
And, Shady won the middle school championship that we did a year ago. There's man on the miss, but on the putback he's able to score.
And 9 points for man, so he's knocking on double figures door.
But Ryan Mann normally gets you 14 a game as there is Lilly down low, and he'll draw the foul and get to the line.
Yeah, and Lilly is just doing work in the post.
But I'm with you, Eric. I think as the season progresses along, Lily's going to be a force for Shady, and he's going to be a hard guy to handle. And with all the perimeter guys they have, with him and Boggs, you could have a little bit of a Twin Towers right there.
Yeah, definitely, and it just depends on the matchup. And, some schools that you play, you're not going to be able to put them both on the floor because some of them, some people may spread you out and try to beat you off the bounces. Lily is able to score his 13th point.
And he's got another one coming. 20-point lead. Biggest lead was 24. Or 23, I beg your pardon. Biggest lead was 23. There's a lane violation, so that doesn't even go as a shot. Yes, I'm looking back, the biggest lead of the game was 54-31. So if my math is correct, that's 23, not 24. And that was the biggest lead coming up here on the 2:15 mark of the fourth quarter. We'll have a very quick wrap-up, and then we'll get you ready for Beckley and Wyoming East. 3-ball in the near corner is good, and count it, and then we have a foul. So we have a chance for a 4-point play. The foul came away from the ball as the 3 goes in by Surface to make it 59-42. And as we watch the replay.
The replay, nice skip pass.
Skip pass, yep. And a little splash down from the corner. And then as the ball went through, Ryan Mann was fouled, and he'll get to the line and try to make this a 4-point trip.
And the whistle was on Eli Sexton as
and Eric, because Shady is over the limit. That's 2 free throws. It could be a 5-point trip. As Mann made the first one, and the second one is no good. And the long rebound comes out to James Monroe. Here's a 3 from the corner, in and out, no good. And they got a new player in the game, Miles Clark, in there, gets the rebound. Kobe Dillon has it. Short will go in and lay it up and in. So James Monroe will have to regroup no matter who they play tomorrow, whether it be Beckley or Wyoming East. As Hines will dial up a 3 and hit. Just the third made 3, correct?
Yes.
They've cut the lead to 15. Like I said, it has been as many as 23.
All in this quarter.
Short with a mid-range shot, and he knocks it down. So coming up on the final minute of this one, and this is a statement, I think, by this Shady team.
And yeah, it definitely is, and that's going to be the 4th foul on.
Did they call a foul? Or did they just say ball out of bounds?
Oh, ball out of bounds. I thought they were going to whistle the foul, but Gabe Short with that last jumper goes into double figures. So Shady with 3 players in double figures, being led by Kobe Dillon with 21 and Jace Lilly with 13.
And they both take a seat. The final 113. What has been a very, very physical game. Pushing, shoving elbows, and it's still going on. The James Monroe fans have not been happy. Of course, I know they've been frustrated because Shady's clamped the defense, but this has been a very hard-nosed physical game. Man thought about the 3, off the dribble, off the glass, up and in. Ryan Mann able to get that basket. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Shady as we're under a minute remaining here in the ball game. The Beckley-Wyoming East game is scheduled to tip at 8 o'clock, and it might be just a tad later than 8, depending on how long this next 54.8 seconds lasts, Eric, as Shady has to put Kobe Dillon back in the game. You just try to get the ball up the floor. Just want to get it across. And there's a foul. That'll be able to add to maybe Kobe Dillon's stat line, Eric, because he didn't think he was coming back in the game, and now he gets fouled and going to get to the line.
And neither did I, because
you done closed out on him, right?
Closed out, but yeah. And he goes to the free throw line, making a cool 7 of 8.
Yeah, and the one he missed was your fault.
Yeah, that's on me. That's on me.
As Kobe Dillon will shoot a pair. And the first one is good. course, the Shady ready to punch their ticket to the 8 o'clock game, and this next game between Wyoming East and Beckley. The winner of that game will draw Shady tomorrow night at 8, and the loser will get James Monroe at 6. And this is the Burger King division as he misses the second one, 1 of 2. 64-48. Here's Mann with it. Final 40 seconds of the game. They triple team Hines, and he throws it away. Now you would think they wouldn't foul. You think they would probably just wave the white flag, right? Nope. Shady throws it away. There's contact. That's a foul, and that'll be free throw time. We're over the limit. Both teams are.
And that one will be on Jace Bailey.
New player into the game for Shady. Hall into the ball game.
Yeah, Jaden Hall, another freshman, young team.
So, Eric, everybody that Shady dressed has played here tonight. As Hines will get to the line and shoot 2 in the final 25 seconds. And the first free throw is up and in.
You can see the replay of this turnover that turned into a foul. And you talking about making them earn it, because that's a lot of body right there by Bailey.
That's just like a shoulder into him, right? Now Kobe Dillon out. A pretty safe bet, Eric. He doesn't come back in the game this time. Second free throw is good. Of course, the lead's 14, but it's been as big as 23. And Shady just getting the ball across the court. And they throw it away in the final 10 seconds of this one. So James Monroe is going to make it look a little closer as there's a dunk by Hines. 64-52. But Shady had complete control of this one, and Shady will win the ball game 64-52. With the win, Shady will go to 3-2, and James Monroe will lose their first game of the season. They'll go to 3-1. We'll take our fourth quarter break, come back, and have a quick wrap-up in the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show, and that's right around the corner here on Video Productions.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center, Dave Barksdale Court with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry as we're in the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show as we wrap this one up as the Shady Spring Tigers have defeated James Monroe by the final score of 64-52. James Monroe will have his first loss of the season. They'll fall to 3-1. Shady will go to 3-2. The first quarter started out like Eric and I thought it would. Back and forth they went, and James Monroe led by 1 point, 13-12 at the end of the first quarter. In that second quarter, James Monroe had got a 5-point lead, and then all of a sudden, in the final 2.5 to 3 minutes of the second quarter, Shady closed the half on a 10-0 run to take a 9-point lead into the locker room at 30-21, and then Shady took complete control of the ball game in that third quarter. They took that 9-point lead to a 20-point lead at the end of 3 at 48-28, and then they got the lead up as 54-31. That was a 23-point lead, the biggest lead, but James Monroe came back at the end, closed it to make it look a little more respectable, 64-52, but Shady was clearly the more dominant team and the better team in that one. I do think James Monroe is going to be a good team, but Shady was really ready for them here this evening. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll go inside the numbers, and then we'll put this one to bed as we'll get you ready for Beckley and Wyoming East, and that's right around the corner here on Video Productions.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that.
Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that.
Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
And we welcome you back to the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. Final score was 64-52. Shady gets the win. Shady goes to 3-2. James Monroe has their first loss of the season. They go to 3-1. We're going to go inside the numbers. Inside the numbers are brought to you by Direct Choice. Direct Choice is a pre-owned vehicle lot located at 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, West Virginia's best selection of prices and pre-owned vehicles. Direct Choice proudly supports local sports and student athletes. Also inside the numbers brought to you in part by Allstate Insurance. Allstate is located at Market Road in Beckley. Lori Richmond is the agent. You can dial Lori up at 304-252-8646. You're in good hands with Allstate, and we're in good hands with Eric. As Eric, you have the numbers of this big Shady victory.
Yeah, and the two numbers I'm going to give right off the top are scoring by quarters. You have Shady outscoring James Monroe 18-8 in the second quarter, Maris, and 18-7 in the third quarter as they were able to pull away and get some distance in the game. And they were led in scoring by Kobe Dillon, who dropped in a cool, calm 22 points for the Tigers as he made 4 twos, 2 3-pointers, and was 8 of 9 from the free throw line. Gabe Short had 11 points. But the big difference, I think, in the contest was Jace Lilly able to match the James Monroe bigs down low to score 13 points. He made 5 twos and 3 of 3 from the free throw line. And the defense really held the James Monroe scorers in check as they held the leading scorer. Caden Hines came in averaging 20 points a game, but he got 18, but a lot of that came in mop-up time late in the fourth quarter as they really held him in check. He had 18 points, Ryan Mann with 12, and another double-figure score for the James Monroe team only scored 5 points, and that was Brian Surface, and they held him in check. So Shady's defense, I thought, was the difference in the game.
And there you can see the final score there on your screen. Shady 64-52. Eric, your final take of this very impressive Shady victory here tonight.
The defense was the difference, and I think Ronnie Olsen preaches that. And they played defense. They played tough because this James Monroe team is a tough matchup just because of the physicality. But I think James Monroe has to really hold its head high because they're going to be a tough out for a team like Wyoming East. They're in Double-A as well, and they're going to be a team to be dealt with come tournament time.
And, Eric, the one thing we always talk about, you may not shoot the ball well every night, but you can play good defense every night. And if you can hold your opponent down, even when you don't shoot the ball well, but you're going to win a lot of games. And if Shady, they shot the ball, I think, okay tonight. I wouldn't say great, but okay. Yeah. Better than well. But if you play defense like that, you're going to win a lot of games.
Yeah, not a typical shooting night for the Shady team, but they picked it up on the defensive end, second chance points. And yes. I thought coming into the contest with my eyes, I thought that James Monroe might have a decided advantage over Shady, but I think the Shady players, you got to want it, and I think they wanted it more than James Monroe at the end of the night.
Well, that will wrap this broadcast up. Once again, Shady wins at the final score. They win at 64-52. Shady is 3-2 on the season. James Monroe falls for the first time. They are 3-1. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to have probably, I'm going to say, a 5-minute break. And then we'll come back and we'll get you ready for Wyoming East 3-0 against Beckley 2-2. That's coming up next here on Video Productions.